what are some of the things that you do at the moment that sort of help you be in control and manage your time wisely?
Well, I say no a lot. Basically. I mean, that's the key. And, I try to reply to everybody, but, and I try to say yes as much as I can, but there's some stuff that it doesn't interest me or just take too much. So the ability to say no is a powerful skill. But to completely contradict what I just said, saying yes all the time and figuring out how to do it later is a good idea, especially when you're young, that you just keep saying yes and figure it out later, and you'll be surprised at how much you accomplish.
It's a good point you raised there, which I'm interested in actually the best way to say no to somebody, because doing this, I get rejected a lot. So I was quite pleasantly shocked and really thankful that you actually said yes. I got the email, Guy, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, no, yeah. It's bullcrap. No. But it made me even more grateful. But I'm curious, what have you learned about the best techniques or ways of saying no to somebody?
Basically, well, my observation is that most people don't expect an answer at all. Okay. So even if you do nothing more than say no in an answer, to actually acknowledge and answer something by saying no, you're probably ahead of 90% of the world right there. And I can't tell you how many times people have said, oh, well, I never expected you to say yes anyway, but just the fact that you answered shows me what a great guy you are. And I thought, well, okay, so if you didn't expect me to answer, why did I answer at all? But anyway, that's a different point. So there's that. And usually I tell people it's because I am busy. I don't really get into details, right? So I don't, if somebody sends me what I think is a stupid idea, I don't tell them, well, I don't want to meet with you because I think it's a stupid idea, because then we're going to get into an argument and the person's going to try to convince me why it's not stupid, but I've already decided. So it's kind of like when you reject a job applicant, you're not completely transparent, right? You don't say to a job applicant, well, the reason why I rejected you is because you're a dumbass who has, stinky cologne and whatever, you're incompetent and I checked your references and they were lousy. You don't tell them all that. You just say, well, we had a lot of candidates and we found someone who was better suited for our position than you. How are you going to argue with that?
I had somebody once, when I actually went for a job interview, they said to me, we'll get back to you with some feedback. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. I thought I did a great job in the actual interview itself. But then I got a phone call 2 days later and they actually really ripped into me. Like they said, you did all this wrong and this is exactly why we're not hiring you. And I was like, oh. Because
But that's actually useful. I mean, assuming they were truthful and, I'm surprised that anybody does that, because that takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of analysis and organization and stuff. Just saying we found someone better qualified, that's the end of the discussion. But if you say, okay, so these are the 5 things you did wrong, man, that's like an hour or 2 hour discussion right there.
It sort of worked me up to the fact that I did need to, say, readjust my way of actually doing interviews. Because it really hurt. Like when I heard all that sort of stuff, I was like, oh damn, I didn't realize that. Here I was thinking, it was like pride and ego allowed it to get into the front of my brain.